Hello YouTube, I'm Evelyn from Evelyn Art. I'm hoping to start a new channel. Stick around if you like Monster High or if you like art videos, I guess. Here I'm sketching Draculaura and now Frankie. I ended up scrapping that track just because I hated how it looked. I tend to do that a lot, especially at the beginning of a piece. I'm trying to get the feel of, I guess, drawing the characters. I tend to draw the whole bodies first because I know that my anatomy isn't accurate enough that I can just draw it correctly under clothes. I also don't know how to do clothes wrinkles or how clothes sit on bodies properly. So honestly, I just try my best. I actually had a really big problem with same face syndrome for, well, practically as long as I've been drawing, because I was so determined to find my style that I didn't want to put differences between characters. And my inspiration when I started drawing was anime. As you all know, anime doesn't really differ between faces often, especially kind of anime I watch, I guess. But as you can see in the faces I've drawn in this image, I'm slowly getting there. I'm getting there to defeat it, and that's definitely something I've been working on. I'm planning to do the 100 face challenge at some point just to get ahead of that. Currently I'm drawing Deuce, and if you can't tell by how this poor boy looks, I don't draw a lot of men. I don't practice drawing men. I generally don't have a lot of male characters that I like drawing, so I don't really follow. And it's I have a lot of male characters that I like the character of, Voltron. I really loved all the guys in that show, but I very rarely draw them. In fact, I still draw Allura quite often, but the others, haha. Yeah, so I don't draw a lot of male characters, so poor Deuce looks like that, but we'll keep trying to fix that. As you can see, this is Monster High fan art. I got into Monster High when I was 8, and I saw, I think it was a Kmart or a Target catalogue. I'm Australian, by the way. And it was 2011, and I saw these brand new dolls, and I was like, oh my god, these are gorgeous. I want them. And I thought they were really just absolutely stunning, and I spent ages sitting on the floor trying to decide which would be my first one. And it was between Draculaura and Claudine, because one, I love Draculaura. She's very cute, and her fashion sense, especially in the actual doll, it's just such a gorgeous doll. But Claudine, she's always gonna be my favorite character, and my favorite doll probably. I loved the fact that she had a cat. That is what got my attention. Crescent is such a gorgeous little baby. And yeah, that's the reason why I wanted her, because I have my own cat baby, of course I do, and I've always loved cats. My cat's name is Crunchy because I named her when I was 5, and she's very cute. I will put a picture of her here. So that's mainly the reason I noticed Claudine. She was my first doll. I still have her on display, holding hands with my Venus doll that I got recently, because I'm a little gay bitch and we love Claudine and Venus together. As you can see, I'm doing a base route of colours straight after finishing the clothes, because I hate how long line art takes me. I really like drawing faces, but I don't like things that take a lot of time and effort. You know, basic humanity, right? So the line art, because it's the longest and hardest phase where I'm trying to get everything right and perfectionism issues get in the way of a lot of it. So I like rewarding myself by straight up colouring it as soon as I can, even if it's just a loose ugly layer, because colouring flat colours is my favourite part of the process, probably because it's the easiest part and I don't have to think. And as you can see, I don't tend to colour like a lot of artists do. They've found a way to speed up the process. I just don't. I like how long it takes. I like the soothing notions of just filling in the colours, which is, yes, a huge waste of time, but By now I've almost finished the actual flats. I've left out a lot of detail. I tend to do the basic stuff because, yes, the detail is difficult and it is scary, so I leave it till future me to deal with. But yeah, back to Monster High itself. I was obsessed, and I had a massive Monster High phase that lasted a few years, and it recently came back, as it did for most people. It came back before they announced that it's coming back, which is surprising. I feel like 2020 really brought back a lot of old fandoms for me. It's kind of concerning. All I'm talking about at the moment is Winx Club, Monster High, and Barbie. I'll mention I hate fine lining. So I'm not sure if you noticed before, but when I was doing the fine line, I didn't do a second layer. I hate doing second layers. I just clean up the first layer, which also takes a lot of time, but probably not as much time as drawing over it again. And I hate how it turns out every time. Actually, I don't think I've ever completed a second layer over the top because I just don't. Fine line and lining is probably my least favorite part of the process because it's like, as easy as it is so boring. The only time I really like to line is in my sketchbook when I'm lining over a pen sketch that I've already done. I tend to use my sketchbook a lot. I've actually drawn a bunch of Monster High fan art in there as well. I might put some of that up on the screen, but I will mention if you go to my Instagram, I have it all up there. And I believe quite a lot of it on my Artfold too, which I'm trying to be good about posting an Artfold because I still think it's a developing app, but it's got a lot of potential. So if you're on there, check me out, I'll follow you back. Anyway, so like I said before, Monster High is coming back next year, and I am so excited. I don't think I've ever loved a franchise as much as I love this one, except maybe Winx Club. But you know, this Monster High was just an all-encompassing obsession that just keeps coming back again and again and again. And so is Winx Club. Winx Club came later though. This one's been in my life for so long. And it was like the perfect thing for me when it did come out. I still collect the dolls. I stopped for a really long time and I missed out on some of my favorite lines. Man, I really wanted Jennifer Bloom and Gloom. I'll never get over how gorgeous that doll is and how I severely lack it. It's so gorgeous. I'll show a picture here just because, you know, you gotta see. But yeah, I've been buying some of the dolls I never bought when I was a kid. Such as Sweet 1600 Claudine, because Claudine in a suit. Hello! Gay awakening, who? And I also got Venus and Ghouls Rule Draculaura, which some people say it's like too much. I don't get it. It is absolutely stunning and definitely my favorite outfit for her. It is gorgeous. But I'm really excited for it to come back next year because, you know, 2016 reboot was disappointing and unnecessary. They really could have just kept going with the original. I know the outfits were outdated, but it had its own identity by then. It didn't really need to worry about it. And also they had like the second year outfits anyway. Those were suitable. I'm still mad about it. But yeah, hopefully they don't bungle up their next reboot because I'm really worried. Yeah. There's also the fact that they posted that Pride, the Pride skelettes. I'm really hoping they have a character come out as gay when they go through the actual animated series because it's about time. It's about time. I hope Barbie can do the same thing one day. Because Alina and Nori, look, okay, Diamond Castle may have already done it back in the day. And Alina and Nori is my favorite Barbie ship, in case you were curious. But yeah, I'm so ready for the dolls to be back. We all know I'm gonna buy some, even if they're ugly. But I really hope they're not ugly. I don't think I can handle it. And this reboot has so much potential. I really hope they don't fumble it. But anyway, let me know if you're also excited for Monster High to come back, or if you're also a fan of Monster High. If you are, what's your favorite doll and what's your favorite movie if you've watched the movies? I definitely plan to be making more Monster High content. And yeah, my next video will probably be a She-Ra video. I made a series of stickers. They're all already up on my Instagram if you wanted to check those out, but that video will be here soon. Feel free to subscribe for more content. And yeah, look forward to a She-Ra video. And more Monster High, most likely. Yeah. Thank you. And I'll see you next time. Bye.